All right. Good evening, everyone. I am so grateful for this time with you today. I'm excited to share a little bit more about the doTERRA business opportunity. This is not something that I normally talk about, but given the environment and just how things have, what has been happening over the last 4 months, I felt strongly called to share this with you, to share what an amazing business opportunity doTERRA is. And I'm actually super excited about doing this. I had the same presentation about a month ago with our Spanish speaking team, and it just really makes me realize how blessed I am that during a time when a lot of my friends are having to shut down their businesses or being furloughed or losing their jobs, that I'm not only able to help other people with their health and wellness, but that my business is also thriving. And so I thought that this was an important thing to share with all of you. This is an awesome, awesome business. And Claudia, hermosa. Okay, so hey, I'm going to ask everyone to please mute your cameras. And Mo, I think you muted me. Here we go.
Now we can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. All right. This is always an exciting way to start a Friday evening. So with that, I'm going to move right along. So the summary of this is that this is a really great opportunity. It's not for everyone, but I think that there are people out there that have been waiting for this, just like I was waiting for this and didn't realize it. And so that's my intention for today. My intention is to share with you a little bit about my journey briefly, and then really help you look behind the curtain and understand exactly what it means to be a doTERRA wellness advocate, what is required, what it entails, and what the rewards look like. So just to give you a brief background, my name is Myra Powers. I've been with doTERRA for 6 years. I'm blessed with two amazing twin boys. They had turned 16 in about 2 months, and they've been driving for 5 months. And so right now I'm going through a lot of adaptive. If you know what adaptive is, you'll understand why, but it's basically a really good oil and a supplement that helps with stress. So it's super fun watching them grow, but getting on the freeways, we live right off of I-10, can be a little scary and a little stressful. And so we've been using doTERRA in our family for over 6 years. doTERRA, I had no intention of doing doTERRA as a business. I'm a CPA, but I have a background in corporate finance, and I worked in the energy industry for 15 years. Nothing to do with health. My dad is a doctor, but I was very much, corporate America, loved my job, loved what I was doing, loved the energy industry. And about 11 years ago, I got sick. I developed an autoimmune condition, and that made me take a step back from my corporate career and really focus on healing my body, really focus on looking at natural ways that I could take care of myself and support my body. And that led me to discover things like diet and exercise and meditation and all of these other pieces of the puzzle that can come together to really create a healthy life. And essential oils was like that cherry on top. That's the one thing that finally, when I added it to everything else, just made me feel a million times better, both physically and emotionally. And so when that happened, when I was able to heal my thyroid naturally, and I was able to support my husband with a prostate issue that he was having, and I was able to see how after hip surgery, my mom was doing better by using essential oils. And with just that background of my dad being a doctor and always listening and seeing how he helped others, it just awoke something in me that I needed to share with other people. And so 6 years ago, I decided to start sharing essential oils, and I'm now a Blue Diamond leader in doTERRA. And basically what that means is that I'm super passionate about them. And I'm like one of the top 300 essential oil distributors in the world. And so today I wanted to share with you a little bit about what that means and what the possibilities could be for you. Like I said, I never imagined that this is where I would be at age 44. I thought that eventually I might be CFO somewhere. I did not imagine myself teaching at 7 o'clock at night about the power of essential oils, but I can absolutely tell you that this is the absolute best career that I could have chosen. And I'm feel super blessed. So what is doTERRA? doTERRA stands for the gift of the earth, and that is exactly what it is. Essential oils, as most of you know, are just natural essences and extracts from plants. And the goal is to help us feel better. It is Mother Nature at its finest, helping us physically and emotionally heal our bodies. So doTERRA was founded in 2008, and in these 12 years has just accomplished so much worldwide. I'll share more about that in the next slide. But in a nutshell, doTERRA's mission is to share health and wellness with the world. Our motto is an oil in every home, a healer in every home. And so our goal is to empower families around the globe to be able to take care of whatever may come up at home as much as possible. And just to be super clear, I did already mention my father is a physician. I absolutely believe in the marvels and the blessing of modern medicine. And so the way that we see essential oils is as an integrative approach. And so as much as we can prevent, then that is better. So it's better to live a healthy lifestyle, a preventative lifestyle, than to have to take medication and maybe live long, but not live happily. And so our goal here is for people to live a long life, but live a fulfilled life where they actually have energy, where they actually feel well and they're happy. And so these two things, natural medicine, holistic medicine and modern medicine, go so well. They really can coexist, and they can work beautifully in your life and in your body. And so what are some of the things that doTERRA has managed to do over the past 12 years? Well, 2008, they decided that they were going to create the industry standard for quality. So their quality is unmatched. They have a seal called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, which basically stands for even better than organic. And this guarantees that every single bottle of oil that we use is 100% pure. They, in 2010, started a foundation called the Healing Hands Foundation, where we've been able to help so many people worldwide, not only to save children from sex trafficking, but we've also helped with microlending all over the world. And we have a lot of other things that we do alongside the Co-Impact Sourcing Initiative, which is basically our essential oils are farmed from over 80 different countries. And these countries, we are helping those farmers have a sustainable living. We're not only helping that to be ethically responsible sourcing, but also supporting those local communities. In 2016, we started the Source You website, where now every single bottle of essential oils is actually labeled with a seal, and you can go and track that number, look it up in the Source You website, and see exactly where that oil came from. You can tell all the way from the source. And then in 2019, we now have, we're over a $1 billion company, but we have 1.5 million distributors in over 70 countries. And those are simply the people that are actually doing the business. We actually have over 9 million essential oil users worldwide. And so in summary, doTERRA is just grown tremendously over the past 12 years. And it's because our oils, at the end of the day, are the most pure, the most potent, and the most effective oils available on the planet. It's the largest essential oil company in the world, and they managed to do that in only 12 years. It is truly amazing. And so this is something that I'm very passionate about. This is the doTERRA difference, which all has to do with sourcing. I talked a little bit about this in the previous slide, but basically co-impact sourcing means three things. We are looking at the essential oils. We're making sure that they're pure. So we're looking at the source. We're helping with poverty solutions, and we're also being stewards of our environment. So this is just to give you a little bit more background on that. But I love this. We are creating jobs. So the beauty of the oils isn't just what we experience as essential oil users, but it's everything that's behind the bottle. So all of those jobs that are being created, all of those farmers that know that they can count on those payments, on fair wages. So one of the things that to me was very interesting in one of the conventions was that they were talking about vetiver essential oil, and how vetiver, the plant needs to be, it's a root, it comes from Haiti, and the root needs to be harvested for, it needs to be grown for 18 months. So you shouldn't harvest it until after it's been in the land for 18 months. And so what happens is that those farmers, if they need income, what they were doing is that they were harvesting ahead of time, because they needed to be able to sell that root to be able to support their families. And so with doTERRA, what has happened is this beautiful partnership where doTERRA now guarantees that payment, and they can wait until the root, that vetiver, beautiful vetiver root, is at that perfect moment of harvesting where it's going to have the most potent benefits and the best value. And so fair labor conditions, the development of the communities, all of these things we're doing. So we're not only helping the local people, but we're also helping the environment. We're very passionate about sustainability and about preserving natural biodiversity in the different regions where we harvest our oils. I think it's over 90% of these oils are exclusive to us. So we have exclusivity agreements with all of these farmers in these different places around the world. So I think that's something that is super important. This is basically what makes our oils such high quality, but also why we're having such a positive impact globally. And so as I was saying, doTERRA, yes, we do sell amazing essential oils, but another thing that is wonderful to me is there are so many products on the market today, especially in the US, that are synthetic, that have ingredients in there that aren't good for us. It might be personal care products. It might be products that we're using in our home. So I was really excited when I started using the essential oils that I found out that doTERRA actually also has a whole line of products, personal care products, home good products, all of these products that are essential oil infused, that are free of toxins, that are, just clean, good for the environment, good for us. And they truly are high quality products. Everything from shampoo and conditioner to toothpaste without fluoride to laundry detergent and hand wash. doTERRA has it all. It really is a one-stop shop. And we can get these from distributors worldwide. And so, for example, I live in the US, but I have clients that live in Israel. I have clients that live in Europe. I have clients that live in South America. And so this is one of the great things of the business opportunity, is that we're not limited to our neighborhood. We're not limited to our city. We're not even limited to our country. This is truly a global company, and you can do this business and support people worldwide, which I find super exciting and a really good opportunity. And so before I go into the doTERRA acronyms, I just want to share with you, when I was deciding, I knew I wanted to be a doTERRA customer, and I knew that I wanted every single oil and every single product. But the thing that really made me decide to do the business was when I started to think of it with my business hat. And my business hat had said, okay, this is the healthcare industry. At the end of the day, we're helping people find solutions for their healthcare. The second thing I thought was, okay, if I was selling anything else, if I was selling perfume, or if I was selling makeup, or if I was selling jewelry, from a business perspective, I would be limited to a segment of the market. When you look at essential oils and essential oil infused products, truly anyone or anything that has a heartbeat can be benefited, whether it's a pet, whether it's a child, whether it's someone that's elderly, whether it's someone that's super healthy and athlete, whether it's someone that is super unhealthy, whether it's someone that doesn't sleep well. And so I could walk out my door, and anyone that I came across, and even an animal, even a horse, they could benefit from essential oils. So just from a pure market perspective, the market is the worldwide population. And so that is one of the things that I was thinking of as I was thinking about, well, is this a business that I want to get into? So I just want you to keep that in mind. But I'm going to talk more about the numbers in a minute. Before we get started on that, though, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page on certain terminology. So LRP is the loyalty rewards program. We're going to be talking about that. PV represents your personal volume or your personal purchases. doTERRA measures all of our products are given a point value. So they have a dollar value, but they also have a point value. So PV is that personal volume or that point value. And OV is your overall team volume. So overall team volume just means the sum of all of the PVs of the people underneath you, including your own. So those are some key terms to know. So now I'm going to talk about, well, what are the different types of people that are members in the doTERRA community? So the first type is the customer. So this is a person that they may not have a membership yet. These people normally are shopping maybe at a spa or at a chiropractor's office. They're paying retail, so it's the most expensive way to buy the oils, and they don't have a membership. That's why they're paying full price. So that we don't want that for our clients, right? The second type of person that is a member of doTERRA is a wholesale customer. So what that means is that they either bought an enrollment kit, which included a membership, just like your Costco membership, or they paid $35 and that gave them this membership. What this membership gives you is a 25% discount on all the products for 1 year, access to exclusive promotions, and essential oil education and support, because at that point you're part of a community. Like we are part of the community. I've got my own team and they're part of my community and they receive education from me. The next type of customer is a wholesale customer that is actually on the LRP or loyalty rewards program. So this is a program that doTERRA has designed to thank their loyal customers. This is kind of like frequent flyer miles. And basically, the longer that you've been with doTERRA and the more you've been buying with doTERRA, the bigger the rewards. You can get up to 30% back of your purchases in credits that you can use towards buying free product. The other benefit of being on LRP is that you can participate in the Product of the Month Club, which basically means if you order 125 points or more before the 15th of the month, you get a free oil. And then finally, there's some special kits that are exclusive to loyalty reward members. Now, what is a wellness advocate? A wellness advocate is a wholesale customer who, on top of having the membership, is also on the loyalty rewards program, but has decided to do doTERRA as a business. And the way that that is flagged to our payroll department is because they always have a 100-point order minimum on LRP. So their monthly order is at least 100 points, and that is how they receive commission. So those are the different types of customers or ways to purchase in doTERRA. I'm going to go a little bit further into the LRP program. So as I was mentioning before, someone who's on LRP can get up to 30% back in points that they can cash in for free product. Initially, you're going to start out at 10%, but every 3 months, that savings grows by 5% if you're ordering at least 50 points a month, which is about $50, until eventually you're going to be at that 30% reward level. Now, super simply, what that means is if we're already getting that 25% discount because we're wholesale customers, and on top of that, we're getting 30% back in rewards, that means that we're effectively getting a 55% discount on everything that we buy. And so for me, that basically has replaced Target, right? So before I used to go to Target once a month, I would get my laundry detergent, I would get my soap, my shampoo, my hand soap. So all of those purchases, instead of doing them at Target, I'm now doing them through doTERRA. As a distributor, I'm basically buying for myself and I'm getting it at half price. And I have this convenience where I don't have to go to the store, and especially right now in times of COVID, it's very nice to not have to be at the store and wearing a mask. And so this is why we have 80% retention. We have so many people that are doTERRA members. Actually, 80% of the people in our community, all they want to do is buy the products at the best possible price. And this is why they're in doTERRA, and this is why they're participating in LRP. Now, 20% of the people are the ones who are interested in doing the business, and that's who this presentation is directed to. But I wanted to make sure that you understand why doTERRA is such a great deal, such a great opportunity for our customers and for our clients. Now, the other thing that I just wanted to mention as far as benefits is that we do get the shipping costs reimbursed in the form of points when we order through LRP and we do it online. So we get 100% of shipping back in points that are credited to our account. Now, what are some of the benefits of being in our team? So our team is called Labratu. This baby was born 6 years ago when I decided that I wanted to do doTERRA as a business. I thought about, well, what would I want to name it? What would I want to name my company? Because this is a real business. And I decided, well, what am I looking for? And I was looking for peace. I was looking for balance. And so balance in Latin means Labratu. And I love it because it has that double meaning of, in Spanish, libre, it means free. And so it was like free to have balance. And so that's the part of the team that you're in, or if you're watching this video, that's who invited you. And what I love about our team is that we are very, very committed to the education of our customers. If someone buys a kit from someone on my team, they will get a personal wellness consultation. They're going to learn how to use those oils. They're going to learn how to help themselves and their family. They have access to an amazing education group that is exclusive to our customers. They have access to continuing education, which happens weekly. And we do tons of giveaways. We have a wonderful community. We also have leadership calls every Monday night at 8. So those are the benefits of being on our team. Now, just in summary, what are the requirements to be able to do doTERRA as a business? Well, the doTERRA requirement is super simple. It's an investment of 100 points in loyalty rewards once a month. So basically, if you're buying your shampoo, conditioner, vitamins, and laundry detergent, you're there, right? You're just buying from yourself. That's all you have to do. doTERRA says, we're going to pay you commission. We, as part of our team, actually also have requirements. So having done this business for 6 years, I am super clear, and so are the leaders on the team, on what type of people we like to work with, on what type of people are successful. Because there are people that might think they want something, but they may not be ready to do it, or there are people that may not realize that this is great for them, but this is like the perfect fit, just like I had no idea that this is what I wanted to do. And so the first thing that we're looking for in someone that's going to be really successful in our team is someone that is connected to our purpose. So my purpose, the purpose of Mo, who's on this call, who's a big leader on my team, the purpose of dōTERRA is to help others and empower them with natural solutions for their health. So that is our purpose, right? So connect with the purpose of serving others. The second is to have the intent to learn and to share. So what do I mean by that? We are not selling perfume. If you're selling perfume or you're selling a lipstick, all you have to do is go, here you go, buy it. No explanation required. When you're selling essential oils, you have a responsibility to your clients to educate them. In order to educate them, you have to learn. So you have to take that time to educate yourself. And so that desire to learn and the desire to share that knowledge is critical to be successful on our team. The second thing, or the third thing, is organization. And so this is what I was saying. The beauty of being your own boss, the beauty of owning your own business is that you get to choose when you work and when you don't work. So for example, Mo's on my team. I don't call her in the mornings and tell her, hey Mo, what are you going to do for our business today? Mo's, this is actually goes with the next one, the self-motivation. Mo's organized. Mo knows what she needs to do, when she needs to get it done by, and she gets it done. She does what she says she's going to do. She's capable and committed. So it's super important to be organized. And so if you're someone who maybe doesn't have any of these three yet, this is the other beauty of dōTERRA, is that it's a personal development opportunity. So if you're looking at these different areas and you're saying, I'm not so good at organization, or I'm not so good at self-motivation, guess what? This could be your chance to develop that characteristic. But I want to make sure that you understand that this is important to me and this is important to the leaders, because this is the cool thing. We get to choose who we work with. So organization is very important. If you want to be successful, you need to be organized. You also need to be self-motivated. No one's going to be calling you and chasing you and reminding you. It is on you. We're here to support each other, but we're not here to pester each other. That's the opposite. It's so fun to work with someone that loves what they're doing and to work together. For example, Mo and I are working together on these studies. We've collaborated with some girls on a different team. Super, super fun. And so that's what we're looking for people that are self-motivated and everyone contributes towards each other's growth, not having to drag anyone or pull anyone. And then the last thing is patience and consistency. And so you're going to understand this a little better when I talk about the income opportunity, but dōTERRA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I want to be super clear on that. I've been doing this for 6 years. You're about to see how much I make. And it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. And so as long as we see this as a long-term opportunity, as long as we understand that value and we stick with it and we work every single day, I guarantee you that you can be successful. So I want to make sure that those are clear. Now the juicy part. Okay, how do we earn income with dōTERRA? What are the 6 different ways that dōTERRA compensates us for being wellness advocates? So remember, a wellness advocate is someone who's receiving commission from dōTERRA because they have at least their 100-point order scheduled monthly. So the first way we can earn an income from dōTERRA is through retail sales. Those are the ones that I was telling you about, where the customer actually pays full price and it's the most expensive way to buy. I actually don't ever recommend this, but we could earn money this way. And so this is when the customer doesn't have a membership. The wellness advocate basically buys whatever product and they're getting it at their discount. And so if they sell it at their retail markup, they're going to earn that 25%. So let's say, for example, if your customer brought 100 PV worth of product from you, 100, remember we said PV is point value, then you're going to sell it to them at $125. You will earn, as a wellness advocate, a $25 income. Remember, that's not the best one, but I had to share that that's an available one. Okay, the real ways that we earn income from dōTERRA. The first one is the Fast Start bonus. So the Fast Start bonus is paid on new enrollee volume for their first 60 days. So for example, here's a wellness advocate. When she enrolls Sally, she's gonna get 20% of anything that Sally buys for her first 60 days. So if Sally enrolls 5 months from now, she's gonna get 20% of anything Sally buys for month 5 and month 6. Now, if Sally enrolls someone, let's say Sally enrolls John, Sally is going to get the 20% and the wellness advocate is going to get the 10. Okay. Now let's say John enrolls someone. John will get the 20, Sally would get the 10, and the wellness advocate would get the 5%. In other words, this fast start bonus gets paid on 3 generations. So whoever the enroller is, and then their child, and then their grandchild. Okay, so 20%, 10%, or 5% is what you're going to receive depending on whether you enrolled it or your enrollee enrolled them or the enrollee of the enrollee. The third way that we receive income as wellness advocates is called the Power of 3 team bonus. And I want to really emphasize the word team here because in dōTERRA, success really depends on working as a team. If you're working individually, this isn't an individual contributor type of role. This is all about bringing value to others, bringing value to your clients, and also bringing value to your business partners or builders. And so when you help other people be successful in dōTERRA, you become successful in dōTERRA. So this is how it works. It has 2 requirements, but basically if you have 3 wellness advocates that are working with you, that have decided to do this business with you, you're gonna get a $50 Power of 3 bonus. If you help each of these 3 wellness advocates find their 3 people to work with, now you're gonna get $250. And if you help them help their leaders find their 3 people, now you're gonna earn a $1,500 bonus. In other words, this gets paid for 3 levels down. And with 39 people that have decided to do the business with you, you could be making $1,500. And just to let you know, there's tons of other education. You don't have to worry about memorizing this. I'm just giving you like the high level of how this works. The 4th way that we earn income with dōTERRA is the unilevel bonus. So remember initially we had Fast Start. Fast Start was when they first enrolled, but it was only for the first 60 days. Well, unilevel is what happens after the first 60 days. So months 3 and for the rest of the time of that client with you, this is what you get paid. So depending on where they are in your structure, whether they're 1 level underneath you, 2 levels, 3 levels, all the way down to 7 levels, how much you're going to get compensated. So if someone is 1 level underneath you, you would get 2% of their monthly purchases. If they're 2 levels underneath you, you would get 3%. If they're 7 levels underneath you, you would get 7%. Now you're going to notice that right here, it has something called dynamic compression. Dynamic compression basically means that if you have a very deep structure and there are few people in your structure actually doing the business between your clients and you, all of those sales, they're going to get paid to you. So if you have level 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all of those would be added up and paid to you at the 7% rate. That's the unilevel bonus. Then next we have leadership bonuses. So leadership bonuses, really simply what this means is that when you hit certain ranks, and I'm going to explain what ranks mean in a minute, but when you hit certain ranks, dōTERRA is going to take 7.25% of their global sales and is going to allocate that among those ranks. And so this, the way I like to explain it is imagine that you have a pie and they're going to divide that pie among different people depending on their sales volume for that month. So for example, if someone reaches the rank, these are like the beginning ranks in dōTERRA, if someone reaches a rank of Premier, Silver, or Gold, and they have a 100-point enrollment that month, they're gonna get 1.25%, a share equivalent of the 1.25% of the global sales. What that translates to roughly in dollars is about $200. So a $200 bonus for enrolling someone in that given month. Now, you're going to notice here something that you might think is interesting is like, okay, well, here's 2% for silvers, golds, and platinums, but this presidential diamond, that sounds like a bigger rank. How come they're only getting 1%? Well, it is a bigger rank. And the reason why the number's smaller is because if we think back to that pie again, you're going to have a lot more people at the lower ranks. You're going to have a lot more people that are qualifying as silvers or at gold than you are as presidential diamonds. And so you're going to divide that same piece of the pie among less people for the presidential diamond. So even though it looks like, oh, they're only getting 1%, that 1% is actually a really, really big chunk, which I'll show you in the next slide. The other thing that is important for you to understand from the slide is that dōTERRA, if you see here, it says additional with new personally enrolled elite, additional with new personally enrolled premier. And so what that means, remember I was telling you that in doTERRA, it's all about working together as a team. This is what that means, that when you enroll someone and you help them be successful and you help them reach their goals, you're going to get additional shares for them meeting their goals. So for example, a silver, a gold, or a platinum who helps someone get to the rank of elite, which I'll explain what that means in a minute, but who helps someone underneath them get to that rank, they're going to get an additional $150 just because they help them. Now, when someone is a blue diamond, for example, which is the rank that I'm at, if I help someone get to premier, I get about a $4,000 check for helping that person reach their goals of premier. And so doTERRA is compensation plan. What I'm trying to just share here briefly is that it is incredibly generous, and it really compensates people for helping other people be successful in their businesses. So to put all of this together, to put 2 to 5, remember we said number 1, retail sales, we're not doing that, but to put the income approach of 2 to 5 together, here are the different types of earning streams. We've got the fast start, we have the power 3, the unilevel, and the leadership bonuses. And I just want to point out here that on this x-axis is the average time that it takes to reach that goal. So remember I was telling you earlier that doTERRA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is what I meant. I've been doing doTERRA for approximately 6 years, and I am a blue diamond. All right, so here's other things. I can attest to these because I've been through all these ranks. And so if you look at someone who's just barely 3 months into their doTERRA journey when they're starting off, most of their income comes from fast start. It comes from the purple income stream. So look at how small that is compared to when you're a blue diamond. Look at what percentage of my income that is. So when you're first starting, it might seem like, unless they watch my presentation, the person might think, man, I'm working really hard and I'm only making this fast start bonus. But over time, that fast start bonus is less than 5% of your paycheck. So for me, that fast start bonus is really minimal. Most of my income comes from the unilevel and the leadership pools. And so this represents, unilevel and leadership pools represents clients that are satisfied, that are happy, that are coming back month after month and ordering through doTERRA. They're ordering because they are receiving education from my team and they understand the value of the products and how to use them. And so this is what Blue Diamond represents to me, is my team reflects how much I've been able to serve people, and basically my paycheck reflects how many lives I've been able to impact. Right now our team has about close to 4,500 members. And so this is not something that happened overnight, but if, through consistency and through really prayer and God's help, I've been able to do that. And I feel very, very blessed to be able to share this with you and to just share this opportunity with you, because it really is something that is quite amazing. And so that is the potential. With doTERRA, you can make anywhere from $300 all the way to $100,000 a month. And it truly is, the sky's the limit, and it's up to you what you want to do. And this is something that I really like compared to corporate America. In corporate America, if the company had a bad year, no matter how hard I worked or how great of a contribution I made, I would still be limited in my bonus for the year. I would still be limited in my raise for the year. And I would still definitely be limited by my manager, right? I definitely wouldn't make more than my manager. In doTERRA, my friend who enrolled me actually decided at Diamond that she was good there. And so that's where she's been. She's been hanging out there for a while, and she's super happy. That's the amount of time she wanted to invest in her business. And that's perfect for her. I wanted more. And so I've been able to outrank her, and I'm now a Blue Diamond. And the beauty of this is that if you're listening to me and you want to do this, you could outrank me. You could become presidential. And so that's what's so cool, is that we're not limited by anyone or anything. And to me, that's just super fun, that we really determine our destiny. Okay, so here's the 6th way of making income with doTERRA. And this is a really cool way. It's called the Founders Club. They have different Founders Clubs in different countries. And what this basically means is when you're one of the first 25 people to help that country, to help bring doTERRA to that country, you're going to get 1% of all of the sales in that market. So for example, I have a friend who helped bring doTERRA to Mexico. And so she's one of the Mexico founders. She actually has about 15 of her leaders are also Mexico founders. And so every year, depending on what Mexico sells that year, they take 1% of all those sales and they divide it between those 25 people that help bring doTERRA to that country. So my friend last year made about $15,000 in this bonus, but here's what's super cool. This is what it takes to be normally founder. It requires that you are the rank of gold. I'll talk more about what gold means in a minute, but it's around $15,000 in volume. And I was telling you, my friend in Mexico made $15,000 last year. I have a friend who's a US founder, and his check was around $400,000 last year for founding the US, because he was one of those first people that 12 years ago, before anyone knew what doTERRA was, decided to say yes to the opportunity. Now, why am I talking about this with you if the US Founders Club is already done? Well, I'm sharing this with you because a few months ago, doTERRA decided to open a Founders Club 2.0 for the US. And so what that means, this actually is going to be for the next $1 billion in revenue for doTERRA. Instead of it being divided between 25 people, they're going to divide it between 200 people. And so I think instead of 400,000, the max potential will probably be between $60,000 and $80,000 a year once it actually gets there. But this Founders Club, this new Founders Club that doTERRA has created, is for you. It's for the people listening to this conversation right now. It's for new people, because the way that people will get there is not based on getting a gold. It's actually based on two things. It is based on not only your rank advancement, but also the number of people that you help rank advance and how many people you help bring to doTERRA and become loyal customers. And so you can Google Founders Club 2.0 doTERRA, or ask the person who invited you to watch this call to get more details on exactly how that works. But in every other country, normally to be a founder, it would be, you would need to make gold. In the US, the requirements are slightly different. And I think that it's a really good opportunity for everyone listening to this call right now. So if you are curious about what other countries still have Founders Clubs, in the US, there's still 5 slots for the North America Latino Founders Club. I actually last month qualified as a North America Latino founder, just super exciting. There's also North America Latino Chinese founder. There's a Founders Club in Ecuador, in Colombia, the Philippines, South Africa, and there are still some Founders Clubs remaining in Europe. So that's something that interests you. Definitely encourage you to talk to the person who invited you to listen to this call if you want to be a founder in one of those countries. Okay, so in summary, we already talked about the different ways that doTERRA compensates us. Now we're going to talk about when do we get paid. So part of these earnings come weekly. So the Fast Start bonus, when you enroll someone with either a kit or a membership, you're going to get paid that weekly. Now some of these earnings come monthly. If you do a retail sale, if you do a power of 3, right, your 50, 250, or 1500 bonus, your unilevel bonus, so that's for repeat sales after the first 2 months of Fast Start, and then the leadership bonuses, which are basically paid depending on your rank. And then finally, the founders bonus is paid annually. Those are paid at the end of the year. I just want to point out, this presentation is being recorded, and so don't worry if there's something that maybe I said too fast, or you feel like, oh, I've got a question about that. I will reserve time at the end to answer every single one of your questions. And this will be recorded so you can go back and look at the presentation. All right, now we're gonna dig a little bit further into the doTERRA ranks and the earnings. So the starting off ranks, right? First of all, if you're gonna be a wellness advocate, you have to have your 100-point order. The first real rank is a manager level. So that's about 500 in sales and the organizational volume. Director level is about 1,000 OV. Executive means 2,000 OV, and elite means 3,000 OV. So elite is the foundation for all the other ranks. Elite basically means 3,000 in sales, and we're looking at the points, so the total organizational volume, which is very close to $3,000. The average monthly income for these different ranks is anywhere from $50 to $800 a month. Now it gets a little more interesting. When someone reaches the rank of Premier, things start to get fun. Premier basically means that you have 5,000 in organizational volume. So between your purchases and everyone underneath you, it adds up to 5,000 points. And that's the first requirement. The second requirement is that you have 2 legs. So just like you have 2 legs, you have 2 main people. One of them is an executive leg with at least 2,000 in volume, and the other one is an executive leg with at least 2,000 in volume. So those are the requirements, having at least 2 legs with 2,000 minimum each, and the total sum of you and everyone else underneath you is 5,000. So when you first reach a rank, It's going to be different from when you've been in that rank for a while and you're more solid and you have more of that unilevel. When you first reach a rank and you're premier, you can expect to make around $600. Once it's a more solid rank, once you have more people in there and you actually have those return customers that are ordering regularly, the average monthly income for a premier is around $900. Now, silver, remember I talked to you about elite being like that foundational rank. Elite is 3,000. So a silver basically means that they have 3 different legs of 3,000 each. So at a minimum, a silver has 9,000 in total volume. When the person is brand new to the rank, they can expect to make around $1,200. Once they're more solid and the rank is consolidated, it's around $2,300 in average monthly income. A gold, remember we talked about premiers right after we talked about elites. So a gold has 3 premiers. You see how these ranks all build on each other? So if you help 3 people get to premier, you can expect to be a gold. And a brand new gold makes around $3,500 a month. And after they've consolidated their rank, they can expect to make around $5,000 a month. A platinum has 3 silvers. And so another way of looking at this is that a platinum has 9 elites. A brand new platinum will make around $6,000 a month. An established platinum will make about $9,500 a month. A diamond. A diamond is just like a platinum, but you add another silver leg. So 12 elites makes a diamond. A brand new diamond makes around $8,500. An established diamond makes around $17,000 a month. Blue diamond. So blue diamond, that's the rank that I'm at right now. So blue diamond means that they helped 5 people get to gold. So 5 people getting to gold. When you first get to the rank, you can expect to make around $20,000 a month. Once you've established the rank and helped solidify those golds, you can expect to make around $35,000 a month. Presidential diamond. Presidential diamond, so these are super shares. Presidential diamonds actually have 6 platinums, or another way of looking at it is 54 elites. So if you can help 54 people get to elite, you become presidential. The expected income when new to the rank is $50,000 a month. Once it's established, the average monthly income is $100,000 a month. All right, so after seeing all these numbers, you might be thinking, okay, well, what do I need to do? Like, how do I make money in doTERRA? How do people make, those hundreds of thousands of dollars a year? Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. This is how I make money. Literally as simple as this. I sample people. I listen to people. I listen to their ailments. And then I give them something that's going to help. And then I teach them how to use what I gave them to help. And then I help them enroll. And I see how excited they are when their kits arrive. And then I lovingly support them. I help them either become a happy user that is empowered, or I help them become a sharer that gets free gifts from me when they refer people to me, or I help them become a builder, which is what we're doing every Monday on our team calls. And so it is literally that simple. If we can serve people and really listen to them and listen to their needs and teach them and help them get the oils in their homes and then support them and give them education, that is basically my job and Mo's job in a nutshell. Okay, so that sounds good. That sounds easy. But how much time is it going to take? How much time do I spend each week? It all depends. There's 3 paths. So the first path is the people that they just want their oils paid for. You have to have the 100-point order because that's the way doTERRA knows that you're doing the business. That's the way they pay you. This is someone who just occasionally wants to share. They want to get their oils paid for, but they don't really want to, work too hard on it. They're like, okay, this is something I want to do more as a hobby. And they work around 3 to 5 hours a week. Now, this is important for you to know. There is another option. If you are someone who you're like, okay, I want to share this occasionally, but I don't even know if I want to commit to 3 hours a week. This is the beauty of doTERRA. There is room for everyone in this company. There's room for users, there's room for shares, there's room for builders. We love all of our customers and we love all of our shares. So what you might want to do if you don't want to provide that education and that support and that personal consultation to your friends and family is you can refer them to your wellness advocate. You can refer them to the person that enrolled you in doTERRA, and then that person is going to give you free oils and referral gifts. And so that is something that I do with a lot of my customers. Most of my enrollments now, because I've been doing this for 6 years, most of my enrollments come from referrals. So consider that. If path one, you're like, I kind of want to do it, but maybe I just want to refer them to my wellness advocate, that's okay too. Okay, path number two. Path number two is for people that maybe they have a full-time job, or maybe they have something else that's really occupying their time, but they want to supplement their income. They want a little bit extra, anywhere between 1,000 and 4,000 extra a month. Their minimum monthly order, I would encourage to always be 125 points and to do it before the 15th of the month. Because remember, the way that we do our business, the first thing we do is we sample people. When you do your LRP order for 125 before the 15th of the month, you're going to get free product. You're going to get that product of the month, which you can then use to give samples. Okay, so that's just free oils for you. Normally, it'll take between 6 to 12 months to get there if you're working between 10 to 20 hours a week. My suggestion is ideally 15 to 20 hours to really make this work. And the third way, this is what I'm doing, this is what Mo's doing, is for people who want to replace their income. Mo left her job at the hospital. I left my job in corporate America. And our monthly order is always a minimum of 150, because we know that we need these products. We need to be using them on ourselves. We need to be using them on our family. We need to be using them in our home. And we need to be buying enough so that we can have these samples to share with other people, because giving samples is the key. We can expect to make anywhere from 10, 50, or 100,000. The sky's the limit. It truly varies based on our commitment level, our consistency level, and the rank that we achieve. And we work on average 40 plus hours a week. Now, here's what's really cool is, Mo, correct, like, tell me if you don't agree, but I don't feel like I work 40 plus hours a week. Like right now I'm working, but to me, this isn't working. Like I'm having fun sharing with you what I do for a living and how awesome it is. So work is quote work. Okay. Time to rank an average earnings. So how long would it normally take? This is like a summary of what I just shared with you. You might want to take a screenshot. So basically, elite rank, if you choose to work 8 hours a week, well, maybe it'll take you 6 months to get to elite. However, if you choose to work 20 hours a week, you can get there in a month. I'm seeing that right now. We're doing a 6 weeks to elite challenge with my Spanish group, and we're just getting like rank advancement after rank advancement. You can totally do this in a month. On average, the income is going to be around $350. Premier, if you work 15 hours a week, that's why I was saying that really 15 to 20 hours is kind of the ideal point to start in my opinion, in my experience. 15 hours a week, you can expect to get there in 3 to 6 months and make about $900 a month. Silver, if you invest about 25 hours a week in your doTERRA business, you can expect to get there in a little bit over a year, and that's $2,000, $2,400. Gold, if you invest 35 hours a week, you can expect to get there in 15 months. That's about $5,000. You might be wondering why it's so 13 months versus 15 months. The difference here, guys, is really the extra 10 hours. The difference between a silver working 25 hours and a gold working 35 hours, it really can help you get there that much faster. So for me, in 15 months making $5,000, that's like $5,000 can really change someone's life. So I want you to keep that in mind, that this really is, the more time you invest in your business, the quicker you're going to meet your goals. Platinum, about 35 hours. In about 2 years, you can expect to make $10,000 and so on. All right. So could this work for me? Could this work for you? Well, there are some key attributes that are super important in someone that can be successful in doTERRA. Number one, are you passionate about oils? Are you passionate about natural solutions? Number two, do you love people? Do you like helping people? And number three, can you follow a system and get things done, right? Can you do that? Because we've got an amazing system. We've got the best system. So if the answer is yes for all of these, then I've got good news for you. doTERRA would be great for you. Now, why share doTERRA? Why is this a good idea? Well, first of all, I just shared with you the compensation program. The compensation plan is incredibly generous, as you've seen. We really are making a difference. Not only are we making a difference in the people that we're serving, in our friends, our family, the people that we're serving with their physical and emotional and also financial needs, but we're also making a difference for everything that's behind the bottle. Like I was sharing at the beginning, all of those farmers, all of the distillers, all of the chemists that are, checking doing the quality control of our tests, all of the scientists that are employed by doTERRA. We're making a difference worldwide. That co-impact sourcing, the healing hands, all of these things that we're doing, all of these initiatives, these global initiatives to help people around the world. That's part of what we do when we decide to join this company. We have an awesome supportive community. It's super fun to work as a team. This is a business with a purpose. We really are doing something that matters. And financial freedom, right? As if that weren't enough, financial freedom. I love that thanks to doTERRA, I don't have to worry about paying for my twins' college. You know, a few years ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to have 2 kids in college at the exact same time. How are we going to be able to afford that? We love to travel. We hadn't really started saving. So I love that I don't have to worry about that anymore. We also have time freedom. I love that I can work from home when all of these people right now are maybe nervous about, well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with their career? What's going to happen with their schedule? Are they going to go back to the office or not? Guess what? I've been working from home for 6 years. So the time freedom, the financial freedom, that really it's peace of mind. Really, there's no price for that. And so these are some of the reasons why I've chosen to share doTERRA, why I feel very comfortable with my decision. Okay, so if that sounds good to you, if that sounds appealing to you, if you're like, okay, this is something that I think I'm interested in, what's the next step? Well, if you don't already have your account, you're going to want to reach out to your wellness advocate and make sure that you get your account set up, get your membership set up, start with an enrollment kit. If you're already a wholesale customer, you're going to want to upgrade to wellness advocate so that you can start sharing with people and you can start bringing doTERRA into their lives. And other than that, you just start listening to people's health concerns and you start sharing solutions with them. That's really it. So in closing, thank you so much. And I invite you to have fun making a difference one drop at a time with doTERRA. That's really all it takes, is one little drop in the hands of the right person who's ready, willing, and able to take that jump. This is my dear friend, Claudia. I think she's on the call right now because she was we saw her when she logged on, but this is a doTERRA campus. It is beautiful. It's like Disney World for essential oil lovers. It's so pretty. It has those gorgeous mountains. The air is just ripe and crisp and awesome. And this is us visiting doTERRA last year before we were in quarantine. And it really is an awesome, awesome place. So I invite you to follow me on social media. I've got a YouTube channel that's in Spanish. My Instagram channel is bilingual, and I'll hopefully soon start making YouTube videos in English as well. But here, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to open it up to any questions that you might have. Let me look at the chat. Let's see. Okay. Are there any questions? So you can unmute yourself if you have a question.
I'll ask a question.
Yes.
Everyone's behalf. Why the 100 PV for wellness advocates?
Why 100 PV?
For wellness advocates.
I'm going to turn that back around, Mo. Why do you think it's 100 PV for wellness advocates?
So, as I think, unless we embrace this lifestyle and live it fully, it is not possible to share as authentically as doTERRA wants us to. And because doTERRA is a one-stop shop for medicinal needs, personal needs, home care needs, we really have a lot to choose from and try everything before we start sharing, or as we are sharing. So, and I look at it, at least 75% of that 100 PV is for our personal consumption, for us and our families, and 25% of that so that we keep sharing and sharing samples in classes and wherever we go in our tiny keychain.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. So if I would have had a very hard time discovering how amazing essential oils are if I wasn't continuously adding to my essential oil collection. So because I had all of the different oils available to me, I was able to use them and I was able to discover their benefits. So this month we have, for example, fennel. We get it for free in the product of the month. That might not be an oil that you would have thought to purchase. And so this is a great thing also for the 125 PVs to just get oils for free is amazing. Fennel is great for mothers that are lactating to help them with their milk supply. It's really good if you're hurt, it's good for pain, it's good for hormones, it's good for digestive support. So these are the things that you discover. Once you have the oil, you discover how to use it and you fall in love with it, and then it's easier for you to share. I love that question. Are there any other questions?
One more thing, Myra. Can you go back to that uni-level bonus slide and say a little bit more about the compression, like why 7% commission on the people who are furthest away as we move.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, I love it. Mo, I'm glad Mo's my co-host. That is actually a super important point, and I think it's a good thing that we're going to talk about that.
And meanwhile, if any of you have any questions, comments, anything to share, do that while she's pulling up the slide.
Can you see it, Mo?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
I love it. Okay, so this is a really good point, and there was so much information to share, so I kind of breezed through this, but I think we've got a couple more minutes before it's 8 o'clock. This is what, if any of you have experience or background with an MLM, I personally had never been part of an MLM. I had no interest in being part of an MLM. It just wasn't something that I thought that I would do. And when I ultimately decided to enter this multi-level marketing business, it really was just because doTERRA is so amazing and not because it was an MLM. Nothing against MLMs, but I didn't understand why MLMs are so brilliant. And so this was explained to me. I was fortunate enough that I went to a meeting and I met Dave Sterling, who's our CEO. And I asked him, why did you choose this business model? Why did you choose this distribution model? Like, why didn't you just, I don't know, sell it, for example, at Whole Foods? And he said, Myra, when you go to Whole Foods and you walk in and you see all of these oils, who's going to sit there and explain to you, who's going to take the time to explain to you what oil is for what, and who are you going to feel comfortable with sharing your most private physical and emotional needs with? And I said, okay, I got it. So he said, this is a direct sales model because the people who really care about you are going to be your friends, are going to be your loved ones. So it's going to be people that actually want to invest that time in you to help empower you, to help you learn how to use these products. That's why we chose direct sales. And so that made a lot of sense to me. And so with that background, I'm going to explain why doTERRA created this compensation structure. So most MLMs, the closer you are, so like level 1, the closer you are, the more income you get. So for example, if I went and I enrolled, let's say that I went and I enrolled Mo, I would get 7% instead of getting 2%. And then if Mo enrolled someone, let's say she enrolled Charisse, I would get 6% instead of getting 7%. So it would go backwards. It's like, imagine the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, imagine that flips backwards. And so the reason they do that is because most MLMs, they're not product focused. They're business focused, which means they're trying to get people in as quickly as possible. The churn's really, really fast, and people aren't loyal customers, right? They come in and they leave. They come in and they leave. They have less than a 10% retention rate. On the other hand, doTERRA has an 80% retention rate, right? 70 to 80% on average. And so what that means is that remember I was showing you the unilevel and how I was telling you that most of my income comes from this? When I enroll someone and I spend the time to give them a wellness consultation and we invite them to our private Facebook group and we give them continuing education, those people will keep buying. And so doTERRA is compensating me for educating those people. And so the more I not only educate them, but I educate my builders. So let's say Mo brings someone in and I help Mo with a 3-way call, or I help her with her continuing education for her people. The more that I'm coaching and helping my builders, the more income doTERRA gives me. That's the first thing, is this is encouraging building deep. This is encouraging me taking the time to support my builders instead of me trying to go and enroll everyone myself, right? If I enrolled everyone myself, I would make more in a different company. In doTERRA, I make more by helping other people learn and grow, both my customers and my builders. The other thing that is important about this compensation what method is that if you think about it logically, am I going to have more people on my front line or on my 7th level? Right? Am I going to have more people on my 1st level or on my 7th level? So if I'm doing all the enrolling, my 1st level, maybe I could enroll 100 people a year, maybe, right? But if I'm getting paid on the 7th level and I've got Mo enrolling and I've got my Dela enrolling and Letty enrolling, I've got all these other people that are doing their own enrolling, my 7th level could be 4,000 people, right? Because I'm not the only one doing the work. And so I'm going to get paid more money on the greater number of people. I'm going to get paid 7% on the 7th level, which is going to be bigger just because naturally, mathematically, that's the way it's going to work. People are going to grow. It's going to grow like that. And so this is why I was saying doTERRA is not get rich quick. It takes time to build those levels. But once you get to that 7th level, oh my goodness, talk about income security, right? You're diversified. So if you have a job and your boss comes in and is like, I'm sorry, I have to let you go, that's it. That was the one job you had. But if you have 5,000 customers underneath you, let's say 10 of them decide they're not going to buy this month, guess what? You still have the other 4,995 customers. Talk about income diversification. And so this is the beauty about the unilevel compensation structure. And Mo, I am super glad that you asked me to talk a little bit more about this. Is there any other questions about the unilevel and how that works and why it's so good and so generous? No questions? All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
I just have one comment here.
Yes, please.
So our people, whoever are enrolling, buying, they are paying for their products. doTERRA pays the compensation to us for number one, introducing or planting seeds. Number two, supporting them with our continued education, not only in the beginning, but lifetime. And also supporting them, whoever wants to do the business. So people aren't really paying us for their products. doTERRA pays us for the hard work that we do. And the second thing is, there is no my price or your price. There is a fixed price, retail, wholesale. So if people come and ask, what is your price? The best way is, boom, here's the website. There are 3 ways to buy in doTERRA. Come to the Intro to Oils class and you will know. Just wanted to make those 2 points clear.
Those are great points. We get, and I think that's awesome, we get the exact same benefits as a loyal customer. And that is why we have so many loyal customers, because not everyone wants to do the business. So yeah, I love that. And that way it makes it very easy. Like, you want to get the same benefits I do? Awesome. Get your own account. You can have them too. I love that. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us. I hope that this was informational. And if this is the right opportunity for you, we would love, love, love to work with you on our team. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Have a good night. Thank you, Mo, for co-hosting.
Thank you, Myra. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.